These were the sights and sounds of history changing and shifting. Suddenly, the League of Free Worlds was closing in on Sol, the home of our enemies. We'd seen simulations of the system, but most of us had never dreamt of ever being there. Now we were closing in on it, the birthplace of it all. The collapse of Draco was a spectacle I'll never forget. In those split seconds after victory was won, I thought the stars were parting to let us through. We were inside the enemy's home. It was indescribable. They had been ready for us, but we were so fired up and fueled by self-belief that we managed to seize the Sol battle platform, ready for the ultimate Earth strike. We regrouped and tried to keep our minds off the dangers. There was no chance of sending out any scouts. The whole system was crawling with Navy craft. And however powerful we felt, we were still just tiny blips on their scanners. But with our supply channels in place, we were getting bigger. The Sol system suddenly seemed a vast and lonely place. After the exhilaration of the flight from Draco, we began to realize that we weren't wanted there, that far from being an all-conquering liberation force, we were regarded as criminals breaking into the enemy's home, and they were ready for us. The Navy's forces had left us seriously depleted. We were in danger of imminent extinction. After we'd come so far, surely we couldn't allow that. It was beginning to feel like a descent into hell. They were dark times, and the fleet was taking serious damage. But the nearer we got, the harder it became to turn back. The Navy was on full alert now, poised to decimate our incursion into its territory. They had awesome reserves of firepower. We hadn't expected it to be any other way, but facing them in battle was truly terrifying. Their hardware was ranged against us, and there was almost nowhere left to run. To reach our target now, we had to do more than damage the Navy. We had to destroy their will to fight. We had done well. Whatever happened, the League had broken the Empire's grip throughout the colonized worlds. To that extent, the job was done. But that wasn't enough. We knew the Father and the Tsar remained on a collision course. The Father could never accept a universe in which the Tsar still exercised his doctrines of greed and theft. As for the Tsar, his huge armed forces spoke for him. We wondered what else he might be ready to add to the argument. There was still much to be done before we could silence him forever. We could feel the heat of Sol as we drew close to the Earth. This was the place our ancestors had set out from so long ago. Now, though, the Earth signified nothing to us except tyranny and oppression. It was a war that left a legacy of pain and destruction. Now it was within our power to consign centuries of genocide to the wastes of history. With one final assault, we could avenge our forefathers and destroy the Empire forever. That was what we believed and what we hoped for. It was up to us now, and us alone. It was something we should have known. The Empire could never afford to be defeated in its own system. Draco might have fallen to the League, but Sol was not negotiable. The Empire would rather die struggling than allow the League to wrest control of the Earth. So the League fled, sealing the warp hole as it went. With that action, Sol was consigned to a slow and lingering death. Reports were hard to come by as we tried to satisfy ourselves with our grim victory. But they said that inside the ruined star system, a civil war was raging. The mighty Empire was tearing itself apart, fighting over the scraps that were left. It was no more than it deserved. And yet, should we have dispensed such a cruel form of death on our enemies? So many of them were loyal to the Empire by birth alone. Were they inherently evil? Whatever we felt, they were truly suffering now.